This is the back door to my house, and that door goes into my, our laundry room, and then into the kitchen. And if you watched my previous video on my cubby, it's right around this door, and directly behind my can crusher here. And that's what I'm going to do in my next project here. You can see this thing is made out of Baltic birch. It still works okay, but it's getting a little loose. And you can see here that the bolts riding on the wood just is not a good combination. I can still crush a can with it. My old router fence is going to become my new can crusher. I just have to figure out a way to get these ripped off of here, and that'll give me plenty of material to make these new pieces in here. And then they're a little short for the handles, but maybe I can get those off of these faces that I cut here. Those are some nice pieces. That was pretty much all going to be going to waste. And I think I'll even take these and clean these up with a block plane. I might true them up, cut them a little tighter here. Take a little more with the blade. And I'll have some nice pieces out of that as well. Just got back from the hardware store, bought some bushings. $26 and change worth of bushings right there. I'm glad I had these for, otherwise I'd been well over $30. But this is one of those projects that recycling the aluminum will pay for itself the first time I take them in, so I'm not really worried about the price of the bushings. And I think that, like I said, this will be the last time I have to do it. I'm getting ready to drill the through hole on both these pieces. I've got it centered up square in both directions. What I'm going to do is drill about halfway through, flip it end for end. No, let me think about that now. Yeah, I've got to flip it end for end. Okay, now I am just going to flip it this way. I should be okay. I'll find out here. I've got to stay registered against this. Any degree that I'm off, this direction is going to be showing up. But let's see how I do here. Well, they seem to connect pretty well. That looks pretty good. I'm going to do the other one in the same manner, making sure that these bolt holes are to the outside, which is the way I was. can just feel it that it's right. It just fell, you know, the bit just glides right in there. Okay, now I'm going to change to my 1/4 inch, and then I'll widen the holes out for the bushings at 3/8 after I go all the way through with my 1/4. That's good. I hope you can see daylight through there. There it is. Okay, so those are perfectly matched in that direction. Now I need to drill these out to 3/8 to accept the bushing. Now I only went in about 1/4 inch or maybe 3/8 so that these bushings will bottom out, and then they'll serve double duty. They'll go through this piece and then also into the 6x3 piece, and they'll pivot on that and the bolt. So that'll be a much better arrangement than the bolts riding on the wood itself. Okay, so when you drill your handles now, I ended up with one really good piece here. No voids or hole marks in it, but this one here I ended up with some through holes that just barely clipped the sides here and a little bit on the front. So I picked this edge to go to the front. This one doesn't really matter. Well, I guess it does too. I've got this to the back, the fill strip to the back. So I'm going to take them and split them like this and mount, and they'll mount this way. So I've got to make sure that when I drill them, I'm going to drill here, here, and here, and always keep them registered in this manner here. Okay, now one change I'm going to make, let me show you here. This is my old handle. Okay, exact same length, exact same width, but this hole is a little bit too high. It's about 1/4 inch too high. You can see that I had to fill it, put a little spacer in there to take up that difference. So I'm going to move this hole down 1/4 inch, and then we should be fine. There she is. That worked out better than expected. These bushings right here gave me just the right amount of spacing, so I didn't have to use these steel spacers in there with washers. I got lucky when I drilled those holes. They turned out perfect. So it's got good action. I'm gonna go mount it up on the wall, and then we'll try a can here later. Nice job.